What's up, guys? Tanner here with another episode of Scalehouse Fishing. I really wasn't planning on posting a video today, but I started thinking about what content I wanted to get out to you guys soon, and I started thinking about one of my most favorite ways to catch fish. This lure is one of the oldest and most versatile lures in bass fishing. It's extremely simple, but very effective. All this is a simple Texas rig. My most favorite soft plastics to Texas rig is a swim bait. Now, most guys typically think of a Texas rig as being hopped along the bottom or dragged, but when I do Texas rig a swim bait with a small tungsten bullet weight, I like to typically fish it and rip it through grass. One thing I really like about Texas rigging a swim bait is with the small bullet weight pegged in heavy grass, you can rip it through easily because it's so streamlined. A lot of swim bait hooks with the belly weight get hung up in the grass and get caught up a lot. This is one of my most favorite ways to catch fish because it's simply so versatile. You can hop this along the bottom, burn it back, or slowly swim it back. Now, to get into the setup. When I'm specifically Texas rigging a small swim bait, I use a smaller bullet weight, typically 1/8 ounce or 1/16 ounce, depending on how much cover I'm going through. A wide gap hook, or an offset hook, sorry. And then I just use a swim bait depending on what type of forage the bass are feeding on. If they're feeding on smaller shad, then I'll use a smaller one, or vice versa for bigger. For the line, depending on the situation, I will either use fluorocarbon or braid. Both poundages vary. Now, the situation that I would use braid in is when there's heavy cover or I'm ripping it through grass. That's when braid excels with a Texas rig swim bait. For all other circumstances, I'd use fluorocarbon. For circumstances for fluorocarbon would be in clear water or light cover. Now, of course, I'd always use braid for the main line and then a fluorocarbon leader of probably 6 to 7 feet, depending on the clarity of the water. Now, I use this because braid is extremely sensitive, and when you're using a Texas rig, you want the most sensitivity that is possible. On to rods. For rods, I'd either use, for larger swim baits that I'm Texas rigging, I would use a medium heavy action rod with a fast action tip. But when I get into swim baits like this, smaller ones, I would almost even go to a spinning setup with a light wire hook or just use a medium action bait casting rod. As always, thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for more videos.